What if the next step in your career wasn't where you've been looking? Many professionals assume that if they want to gain new qualifications, they need to study close to home or close to work and within the structures they already know. But what happens when you challenge that assumption? I will be speaking with Beata Double, who lives and works in the UK and who chose a path that many people never even consider. She conceived an idea that she could study in Europe while living and working in UK. When I met Beata, I was very curious to ask her this one question. How does someone living and working full time in Britain arrive at the decision to study in a completely different country? Because for many professionals, the idea never even enters the conversation. Not because it's impossible, but because they have already ruled it out before even exploring it. In this interview, Beata shares how she looked beyond the obvious options and why that decision opened a completely new chapter in her professional life.
Hello, Beata. Really nice to have you with us today. Thank you for coming and speaking to us about your journey and the decision that you've taken to study at university abroad while working and living in UK.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
The first question I really want to ask you is, please take us to the time when you have realized that you were capable of more and that there were some limitations that you needed to overcome.
So I used to work for vacancies available within the company that I was interested in. I've always been interested into senior management and leadership, so that was my go-to career. And all of them, literally every single vacancy, the entry level, the requirement was to have a degree, which I didn't have at the time. So that was the only reason and one of the main reasons why I actually went for a degree.
So what having degree represented for you at the time?
At that time, that was a pure confirmation of my skills and my knowledge. So I knew I've got the skills, I know I've got the drive, I know I've got the ambition to be capable of doing the job required. However, I did not have a confirmation, literally a written confirmation that I'm able to do the job, yes.
So you were ready to move on. You were aware of your capabilities and the skill set required to lead, but you did not have a piece of paper.
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was, yes, yes.
And at the time, how did it feel that you had so close and yet so far away from your leadership role that you always wanted?
Instead of sulking and dwelling on it, it actually gave me more of a boost and just confirmed that I'm definitely driven and I'm definitely going to make that degree and take up the vacancies that were available. So it gave me a bit of a kick, yes.
And how did you end up deciding to study abroad while working and living in UK?
So I looked at the courses that I was interested in to have a degree in London. And then I looked at the ones that are available in Poland. And there were definitely better quality courses. And the fact that I could do it in English, because that's what I actually needed because I live in London. And the fact that the quality and the curriculum it's better, that was the selling point.
We're going to do a cut here.
Why? What was the question? What was the question?
Stop it. So we're cutting all things now, and we're going to regroup, and we're going to ask that question again,
Okay.
and we're not going to mention quality.
Okay then.
We're only going to mention that those courses gave you what you needed.
Here we are.
Okay.
Let's do that again.
So how did it come about, that decision to study abroad while living and working in UK?
Sorry, can you?
Okay, we're going to cut out this bit too. Okay.
What should I say? Can we skip the question?
Okay.
Next.
Okay. 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 You were looking for degree courses because that was the barrier for you to enter into leadership roles. How did it come about that you chose a university abroad? I am just on the outskirts of London, in Epsom, Surrey, and today I caught up with Beata, who was speaking to us last time and telling us how she managed to do her master's degree in another country while working and living in London. I decided to have that conversation with Beata for those of our viewers and listeners who perhaps are looking for the next move in their career, looking for quality courses, but like most of us, consider only locations that are not far from where we live or close to where we work because of the logistics. But people like to think within the box when they're making those choices because it's a safe and familiar option. Now, what I'm trying to show, people who I interviewed are actually thinking outside the usual frame. And this is what our series is about. And I'm very proud that University Merito in Wrocław, Poland is sponsoring that series. So you are very welcome to join us and watch the next episode that we're gonna broadcast on YouTube and through the shorts post on LinkedIn. Hello everybody. Today I'm catching up with Beata again because we've got unfinished business. Our last conversation probably ended at the point where we were explaining how one can work in UK, raise a young family, and then choose to study abroad and fly to university somewhere in Europe. So being between two countries and achieving a degree. So, hello Beata.
Hello.
Thank you so much for agreeing to continue our conversation.
Thank you.
For our listeners, I would love to ask you, perhaps as a reminder, just catch us up. What was the mind shift that you needed to experience in order to look for a degree, courses in another country, which is not the usual thing that people do?
Definitely it isn't. I started to looking outside the box. I needed to make sure that I'm not narrow-minded in a sense of just looking within an area and radius where I live. I started to look in around Europe, and I chose Poland because of the quality of the education. So I made sure that the courses that I was choosing are good quality courses, and I'm going to gain what I'm actually going for. So that was the reason why I went outside the box.
And when you selected a university, which was Merito
It was, yes.
in Poland, Wrocław. Actually a sponsor of this conversation, so thank you. You realized that it was logistically doable to maintain full-time employment in UK, raising young family, and then flying over to Poland to do your degree. How did that work for you?
It takes pre-planning, but I think the priority is you need to find out what is that actually want, what sort of education you're looking for, and what is the goal of and the point of having that sort of education. And then once you prioritize that, then you can logistically pre-plan your trips as you obviously have the timetable way in advance. So even having a full-time employment in a different country logistically is extremely doable, especially that the university is quite close to the airport. And the flight is just under 2 hours, so that wasn't that bad. You've got very good connections with the buses, so it's it was a very good experience, yes.
Mm. And as far as I understand, Merito University provides courses that are very flexible, so classes during weekends, I think once a month,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So people who have a full-time job Monday to Friday, or even shift pattern, they can fit that in.
Yes.
And I think what's also was helpful is that you knew your schedule like 6 months in advance. Is that right?
That's extremely helpful, because then I can take that to my employer and plan my days off at work if I work shifts, and that's actually what I do until today. So I don't have Monday to Friday 9 to 5 job. I work 24/7. 7 days a week, and it's various hours. And because of the flexibility of the courses and the timetable that was given in advance, I could easily pre-plan my days off at work.
Okay, so you might think, if you're listening to our conversation, that okay, it's fine, you know, studying is just getting another qualification, but what would you say that actual value of the experience was, apart from a master's degree diploma?
I think it's the skills that you gain and the confidence boost, especially in public speaking, which helped me a lot with my progression at work. And the promotion which I gained after that. I needed a degree in order to move forward at work, and that was the technical part. But the confidence, the ability to speak to others in public conversations, and also meeting other people, networking, it opens the doors to various different pathways. So that was as I said before, it was a very good experience, and which I will obviously carry on, and I made connections which I would never done if I didn't attend the university.
And you mentioned to me early on, before that conversation, that you actually been also offered a teaching position. So not only did it broaden your sort of network personally, but also professionally, and it created new opportunities. Is that right?
Yes. So I did my bachelor degree first, and then I did the master's degree at the same university. And because I defend my thesis just the beginning of the COVID times, I was offered a teaching position throughout the COVID, so it was done, if everyone remembers, on Zoom. So I was able to actually be in UK and teaching classes in university online. So that was a very good experience, which obviously now it's on my CV and I can take it further.
And that helps with your role leading women into the awareness, not only women, men as well,
Yes.
Awareness of menopause at workplace, because you are a champion for women at workplace in the field of menopause.
Yes, and the fact that I had the opportunity during studying to do public speaking, it really helped, and as I mentioned, the confidence booster it's really helpful, and I can now actually carry on doing what I'm doing. So yes, thank you, Marita.
I'm not Merito, but I'll take thanks on behalf of, yes. So in terms of qualifications, okay, that's a clear advantage. Then the professional network and the skill set that you gained, and then opportunity to actually gain another work experience as a university lecturer.
Yes.
So what would you say to our listeners and viewers if they looking to enhance their education and they live in UK, so they're looking for quality English courses at the university level, and they have perhaps different geographical restrictions or presumptions, because
Yes.
most people would think that in order to study while you're working, you need to find something fairly close, conveniently in a commuting distance. But you've proven that that's actually a limitation, that way of thinking, and so we should look outside and broaden the frame. What would you say to people who are a little bit scared to go outside the box?
As long as you prioritize what is the course that you want to do and what is the goal of at the end of your education program, logistically the travels is really not that bad. As we spoke already, because of the fact that the university gives you the timetable way in advance, 6 months in advance, you are completely able to juggle this within your family life and your work-life balance as well. The flight is less than 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Transportation from the airport to the university sometimes takes half an hour, to be honest, on the bus, direct bus, so that's a very good thing. And I think you just have to prioritize what you really want to achieve, and the rest will just follow.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is that you need to figure out your what you want.
Yes.
Your why you want it, and then how will follow.
Exactly.
So your state of mind first and your strategy next, in that order.
Yes, 100% agree.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much
for
speaking
pleasure.
to us. And if you would like to follow the next conversation with other professionals who were looking to shift their mindset in order to advance in their career and their professional life, warmly inviting you to tune in. It's an Emotional Mastery channel. You can find us on YouTube, but also if you'd like to see how I work with people like Beata, please connect with me on LinkedIn. My name is V. Ramnarais, and I'm here with Beata Dabo. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.